We are back and ready to get going into this match. I guess we're waiting on Winter here.
Yep, still pending.
Came back a little too early. Yeah, where'd Winter go? I just assumed he was ready, I suppose. Maybe taking a brief bathroom break, but that's okay. But while we have a moment here, we can tell you about sponsors of this event that have helped us out. Mythologic, definitely check them out. They put in $250 towards the prize going to these players today, which has helped boost the overall prize pool to just under $1,000. Plus, they have also donated 3 really nice Razor mice that we'll be giving away to the top 3. The first place player will get to pick their mouse, and then the second place player, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it's been a really great time here at Youmacon. Definitely go check out Mythologic at mythologic.com or find them on Twitter at Mythologic. We have been your casters and hosts this weekend. I am WingNetSC, and beside me here is the handsome Gallegation.
Hello, hello.
You can find us on Twitter as well at WingNetSC and at Gallegation. Let us know what you think of the show this evening. And any comments, feedback are always helpful and useful. We appreciate that.
It looks like Winter may have timed out. Yep, he's running back here now, just getting a drink of water, taking a stretch. So we do need to invite him back into the lobby.
Oh, we can do that. Let's see. Oh, we got it. He's already in. I think he had the invitation.
Ah, okay.
Already. So, no problem. We are set to go. We are going to click the start game. Youmacon 2014 in Detroit is winding down here. A couple tournaments just finishing up.
Yep.
Con is basically over. Tim Morale out here, one of our admins. Do that dance. Do it. Oh, yeah.
Dancing for everyone's enjoyment. Dancing for those dollar bills.
Well, something like that. Looks like the game is now loaded, so we're going to go ahead and jump into game number 5. And in the top of the map, not even slightly to the right, it is our orange Protoss. His name is DesRow.
And in the bottom of the map, a little bit more to the right, we have Winter.
Already making dinner plans, it looks like.
Talking about some Buffalo Wild Wings. Polt being called out there by Winter. Everybody loves a little Polt, especially Winter.
Especially
with that.
Winter,
yeah, he's got the floating Polt by the American flag there.
Yep, so this is going to be game number 5 in the best of 7. And for those of you that have just joined us, when we started this best 7, we started on game number 2 technically, because DesRow being in the winner's match, he did have a 1-game advantage going into this. So it is 3-1 currently. DesRow still on match point. Last game he came out with his carrier strategy that he tried once earlier today and met the same fate to Winter. Did not work out.
Yep, but I think he's going to be coming into this map with a pretty different strategy. I think that it sounds like they are ready to move on to the next thing if they're making dinner plans already, but who knows?
Yeah, DesRow, both players have been fairly confident throughout the weekend in the many, let's just call it what they are, pissing matches we've had in front of the camera here.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to give it to Winter for, really being a showman here. Eating the picture of the panda earlier and giving DesRow a Winter gaming shirt. I mean, come on. That's pretty classy, right?
Yep, absolutely. And that he had that already made and on the spot for DesRow is also, it takes a lot of planning. And like we mentioned earlier, it's a good thing he made it this far.
Well, I mean, what are you out? You brought a shirt and you printed out a page.
I have a feeling he was really hoping for that moment
where
he could throw the shirt at DesRow and say, "Here, when I beat you, you can wear this. Otherwise, you earned a free shirt. Congratulations."
So DesRow's probe is moving in. Is going to see that that natural base going down, and does see the spawn pool as well.
3rd time's the charm. He's already taunting Winter with the threat of carriers once again. Oh, these guys. So DesRow is going to be scouting around here. He sees basically the same opening Winter has done every single game, always, in this tournament. He has gone for about a 15 pool, no gas, a second base, queens, drones, 4 zerglings, and then just kind of goes and scouts around the map.
And he's going to be sending those Zerglings after that probe, which is running home, so he'll be able to get another look at anything he chooses to look at. There's not really a big wall over here, and there's no forge or anything like that up yet, so he can get around and keep an eye out for things.
Absolutely. Now he's putting down a third base here, expanding off to the left. So going for a quick third, fairly common thing he's done as well. There are 3 probes here of DesRow that are a bit exposed. The Zealot now coming down to help out, and will wow, actually that's like he trapped one of those Zerglings sort of between the ledge there and himself, and was able to get that kill. So the animation cracks me up here. Zergling's like 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3.
But that looks like that's going to be pretty close to the end of that. The Zergling's still running around the backside, but it looks like DesRow's not too worried about it. Yeah, Mothership Core wandering around now.
Still just kind of moving around the map. He's got a stalker out here now to protect the forces, and DesRow once again pausing.
The regular pause.
Yeah.
Oh.
Britney Spears.
Got to change the Spotify. It's really important. You don't want Britney Spears, messing up your game.
No. Well, especially obviously song choice is very important for Winter, as that's how he won his match against Spider Slayer. Was playing a little bit weak and decided to pick a different type of song, and then won 2 games in a row. So DesRow would not want to be at a disadvantage for having a song that does not meet his standards on his Spotify.
So another Stalker coming out, Warp Gate in production. Sentry behind that.
Gonna come right down and put some pressure on right away with this Stalker. This Creep Tumor out here, you can shoot it a couple times, might be able to kill it. Oh, that's gonna cost Winter some energy, but there are 3 queens here, so they're gonna say, get back.
Shoving that back indeed. And he brought all the queens that he has really out to deal with that.
Yeah, I think he kind of sensed some pressure coming here. There is a Zealot and a Stalker and a Mothership Core, so that will get quite a bit of damage done, but all 3 queens focusing on the Mothership Core. That is going to, wow, can you imagine how slow queens would be in a time warp off creep?
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're off creep when they're in a time warp. So 1 queen does fall. The second one looks like it's about to, and the Stalker, yep, is going to, there it goes.
This is going to really impact Winter's production ability here with losing all 3 queens, and he's already recreating one of them, but the drones have been pulled, and Stalker and Zealot going to town on them as well. The 2 Stalkers taking some shots at the queen while it's injecting larva just in case it didn't live to see another day to be able to do that. Mothership Core is still on the scene, so these Stalkers getting quite a bit of work done here for DesRow. Get the resources lost at 600 to 100 right now in favor.
So now the other queen and 3 Zerglings are coming forward. They are slowlings, but they are on creep for the most part. Now coming off a little bit more lings are coming forward. That Mothership Core does finally fall.
Oh, DesRow really wants to get this queen dead.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to lose his Stalkers to do it, it doesn't look like.
Nope. Turning around, taking a couple shots at these Stalker here and there. Warp Gate is wrapping up for DesRow. Twilight Council about to be done, as well as Forge. He has been hot on his upgrades all weekend. So sure that he will be getting that out and staying ahead.
So Zerglings are chasing these Stalkers across the map. They really want to try and get them, but they are going to be met with defeat here as 2 sentries do come in to try and deal with this. And he's going to be able to take out that Overlord as he states.
Oh, tries to save that Stalker, but the force field a little bit misplaced there right on top of the pylon. Zergling is able to sneak its way around there. Metabolic boost here is just about done as well.
And it looks like DesRow almost let that Overlord go by, but he sends the Sentry's Tickle Cannon to take care of it.
At least it's good for something. So, I mean, losing all those queens does definitely an impact for Winter, especially losing that Overlord. Actually did supply block him pretty good, and as soon as he lost it and realized that, he made 4 more Overlords. And in the meantime, DesRow going to go out and take a 4th base. I really don't think we're going to see the Stargate play here from DesRow. I think he, at this point, wants to try and wrap this up.
He's been a little late for that, yeah.
Yeah, he's been on match point here for 2 games now. He's ready to go get some Buffalo Wild Wings, it seems like.
So 34 lings are in production. Ground Carapace level 1 is being researched, and it looks like he's getting that roach speed as well. Getting ready to put on some aggression.
The Lings pooling out front here as ground weapons level 1 is completed here for DesRow. And, you know, this is going to be a lot of Lings. And there's also Spore Crawlers going around all over the place just in case. Just in case DesRow's maybe hiding a Stargate somewhere, because that's certainly something that he may do, and especially with all the threats of Stargate action. But Ling's going to come up here. There are lots of sentries. The typical cannons actually do take them down quite quickly. But the rest of the Zerglings is going to be working their way across here. Observer just barely might see what's going on, but there is quite the... DesRow definitely saw it because he's pulling all these probes back, but he's going to have to make a decent little trip here to be able to deal with these Lings. Otherwise, just wait for them to come to him.
Yeah, there's not really a good way for Winter to kind of break in there either. A lot of the army for DesRow is on the top of this ramp with lots of sentries, with lots of energy, so all the force fields you could want. And then there's quite the wall there in the natural, so this is a pretty safe couple of bases for the time being.
Yeah, and Winter here going to be moving across now, has some roaches to add to the mix here of these Zerglings. He also has an observer just in case there's DTs. DesRow has broken those out relatively frequently. There is a Spire on the field as well, so these Lings going to be trying to get in here. There is one Immortal doing his best to keep them out. That Zealot is getting low, but a pylon is built behind it just in case to keep that wall up. One cannon still doing work, and these sentries are going to pull out here of the third base. He's going to get force field in. He's going to trap everything on this ramp.
Oh yeah, now the army's coming from behind. The Lings were able to take down that Immortal, but what is there to defend against? Now there's so many Stalkers here. The force fields are going down all around, and the roaches are trying to move in on these Stalkers, but they're just not able to make much headway against.
Actually, DesRow does need to get inside his base. Oh, the roaches did come down. He just needs one more force field to lock them down on that ramps, and that so that Immortal doesn't get the shots. But he does kind of need to get in his base now to deal with these roaches. Some Zealots come down here to be living force fields and force those Zealots or those roaches back. So DesRow did definitely come out on top of that. Looking at the resources lost, it's 4,800 for Winter to 3,200 of DesRow. So DesRow definitely looking really solid here, as he does now have his third base well established in mining, warping in units all over the place, and now wants to put on some pressure. He does have an observer out here, so he knows what's on the way. Going to kill off some more Overlords of Winter. Not sure if those were just kind of misrallied or if he was trying to send those across the map.
Pylon going down off the creep to back up his advance and moving forward, taking out some of these creep terminators to make that creep recede.
That is definitely the advantage of having all this creep here. It is difficult for DesRow to be able to get that pylon in an aggressive position, but he can kind of back up to it here. He's going to have to be real careful with getting in a little bit of a bad position with the open ground there, but does get back and is able to put down some force fields, pick off some Zerglings.
Another Immortal joining the army, as well as some sentries and some Stalkers moving forward. And these Zerglings and Roaches are trying to move forward. More force fields do go down to try and segment this army a little bit, but the Immortals are doing the work and shoving back those Roaches.
Yeah, Winter's really trying to just get right up in DesRow's face there with that army, but he did have reinforcements from behind that did come help to reinforce that. Still, that pylon being far enough away where it is just a little bit inconvenient to be able to reinforce. DesRow saying B-dubs is calling. Maybe trying to play to Winter's hungry stomach and to convince his brain to just give up now.
Yeah, saying that he's got priorities, but Winter not giving up without a fight, moving right on in with those Roaches, going to try and do what damage he can to the Immortals. One looks like it's about to fall, does go down, trying to target fire those, but now he's taking so much damage. Blink forward to put more damage down, and the Roaches and Zerglings are pulling together here and dancing those units. He said he was going to do it.
He did say he was going to do it. Now he's doing it, but maybe not a little too early. The Roaches' numbers are still fairly high. There is one Immortal that's doing quite a bit of damage, but Lings are coming back around to surround. Has not really done any economic damage to Winter yet, so it doesn't want to count as chickens before they hatch.
Yeah. Pride cometh before the fall. Time Warp goes down on the majority of those Roaches, and they are forced to back up a little bit further, trying to get better positioning.
Some of the creep has receded here, so DesRow is able to put down some closer reinforcement pylons. He was waiting for those to finish, as the numbers of Stalkers he lost while dancing were quite high.
And now putting down a Nexus outside of the creep.
And all we need to happen here is to let this Nexus finish and have a Photon Overcharge go down up here in an aggressive manner. We did hear earlier that MC is one of DesRow's favorite players, and this is something we have seen MC do before, the aggressive Photon Overcharge Nexus.
I think that was made sarcastically about MC being his favorite player.
Oh, you never know.
And that
I'm pretty sure
that Nexus did absorb some damage there from his army. So
yeah, it's still impressive. Man, the Mothership Core is there, does not have enough energy for a Photon Overcharge just yet, but possibly by the time it's done. Winter just kind of holding back. I really think DesRow is kind of taking this slow because he kind of wants to get that Photon Overcharge. Oh,
Infestor's from behind now, and that is a big fungal. He's dancing in the fungal as though he doesn't even care, but another fungal goes down, and these units are taking a lot of damage here.
Fungal does lock you down, but apparently it does not prevent you from being able to dance.
And that's a lot of Fungals that are going down, but unfortunately there's just not a lot to do the DPS anymore.
Yeah.
And more Stalkers are coming in to reinforce from behind. More Infestors coming out, but so many, I mean, they're coming out using their energy on one Fungal and then getting killed. Unfortunately, that's a lot of money to be sinking in Infestors.
Well, the Stalker's doing the dance once again as he feels victory. His stomach feels hungry, and he's playing to Winter to go to B-dubs as it's time to end this right now. Winter going to be forced into the position of a GG here relatively shortly as come to your Nexus. What's going on out here? Yeah, he's gonna retreat back. Oh, now we're
they might be doing a dance party here, or is he just gonna?
Not sure.
Where are they going?
Right click him. What are we right clicking? What's going on? Is this real life?
I think he's just killing these drones.
What does Winter have up his sleeve?
Yeah, there's gonna be a dance party. And there is the Photon Overcharge on the Nexus. Dancing and GG.
A classy way to end a great tournament. Congratulations to DesRow, winning with a score of 4-1 over his opponent, Winter.
That's right. So we have our number 1 and our number 2. And we will be doing some cash giving and some post-game interviews. So stick around for that.
Yep, we'll be right back with that as soon as we get our players organized here. So stay right where you are.